Kalahari Red Goat. Origin, characteristics, uses. The Kalahari Red Goat is a meat goat breed originating from South Africa. Many high-quality meat goat breeds have been developed from South Africa. The Savannah and Boer goats are world-famous breeds, and the Kalahari Red Goat is a new addition to this list. It is a new breed in terms of recognition, and the breed is becoming more popular and very important meat goat breed in South Africa and some other neighboring countries. The name of the Kalahari Red Goats is derived from their red coat in the Kalahari Desert, which spans the borders of Botswana, South Africa and Namibia. Some people believe that the Kalahari Reds are related to or may have derived from the Boer goats, mainly because of their boar-like appearance. But this is not true. The Kalahari Red Goat is a distinct and separate breed of goat. Genetic and blood testing from the Agricultural Research Council of South Africa has not shown evidence of being developed from a particular breed, especially the Boer. The Kalahari Red Goat breed has additional advantages to the original Boer goat. They can enhance the hardiness of the animal, the tenderness of the meat and the camouflage, and hence the survival of their kids. In South Africa, the Kalahari Reds are considered as an important goat breed and mainly raised for their meat production. Some populations of the Kalahari Red Goats are also being developed in Australia, Brazil and the United States. Kalahari Red Goat characteristics. Kalahari Red Goat is a very beautiful animal and has similarities in appearance with the Boer goat. It is a large breed of goat with red-colored coat. White or light shades of red are not desirable. In their native pasture, the white or light shades of red do not provide as much camouflage from predators. The Kalahari Red Goats also have strong herding instincts for protection as well. They have long, floppy ears. They have loose skin in their neck area. They have moderately sized, sloping horns above their ears. Their skin is fully pigmented, which allow them to forage and increase weight gains through the heat of the day. They does have full and properly attached udders and teats. The Kalahari Red Goats can be used as a good crossbred for increasing hardiness and carcass size. The bucks are usually larger than the does. Average body weight of the Kalahari Red Buck is about 115 kg, and the does on average weight about 75 kg. Uses. Kalahari Red Goat is a very good meat-producing breed of goat. They grow relatively fast and also very suitable for commercial meat goat farming business. Special considerations. The Kalahari Red Goats are very active and extremely hardy animals. They are ideally suited to the harsh and outstretched conditions of large parts of South Africa. They are very adaptable and bred well in the arid and semi-arid areas. They are excellent foragers, and are usually feed on a vast variety of plants, grass and grains. They can go far in search of food and water. The Kalahari Red Goats are usually resistant to diseases and parasites, and require less care and management than other goat breeds. It is possible to organically raise the Kalahari Red Goat, due to the limited use of vaccines. Organically raised goats will produce lean meat with an excellent taste and texture. The Kalahari Red does have excellent mothering instincts. They look after their kids very carefully, and a doe usually give birth of kids 3 times every 2 years. The newborn Kalahari Red Goat kids are generally strong and have a strong urge to suck. The kids grow very fast, and the young kids usually show weight gains of about 1.5 kilograms per week, sometimes even more. However, the Kalahari Red Goat is an excellent meat goat breed. They require less care and management, and can give maximum profit when raising goats commercially. Breed purpose. Mainly kept for meat production. The breed is considered among the best commercial meat goat breeds. Breed size. Large. Buck. Up to 115 kg. Doe. Up to 75 kg. Horns. Yes. Climate tolerance. All climates. Coat color. Red. Good for stall fed. Yes. Rarity. Common. Breed standards. Following are the standards as drawn up and accepted by the Boer Goat Breeders Association of South Africa. The aim of the breeding standards is to improve the breed and to increase the economic value. Conformation. Head. A strong head with large soft brown eyes and without an untamed or wild look. A strong, slightly curved nose, wide nostrils, and strong well-formed mouth with well-fitted jaws. Up to 6 teeth must show a perfect bite. 8-tooth-olds and older may show 6 mm protrusion. Permanent teeth must cut in the correct anatomical place. The forehead must be prominently curved, linking up with the curve of nose and horns. Horns should be strong, of moderate length and placed moderately apart with a gradual backward curve. Horns have to be as round and solid as possible and in dark color. Ears are to be broad, smooth and of medium length, hanging downwards from the head. Ears that are too short are undesirable. Characteristic cull defects. Concave forehead, horns too straight or too flat. The tips of the horns must not press against the neck, pointed jaw. Ears folded, lengthwise, stiff protruding ears, ears too short, over or undershot jaw and blue eyes. A neck of moderate length in proportion to the length of the body, full and well-fleshed and well-joined to the forequarter, is essential. The breastbone should be broad with a deep, broad brisket. The shoulder should be fleshy, in proportion to the body and be well fitted to the withers. The withers should be broad and as well fitted as possible, not sharp. The front legs should be of medium length and in proportion to the depth of the body. The legs should be strong and well placed, with strong pastern joints and well-formed hoofs which are as dark as possible. Characteristic cull defects. Too long, thin neck. Too short neck, shoulders too loose. Barrel. The ideal is a long, deep, broad barrel. The ribs must be well sprung and fleshed, and the loins as well filled as possible. The goat should have a broad, fairly straight back and must not be pinched behind the shoulders. Hindquarters. The Kalahari Red should have a broad and long rump, not sloping too much, well-fleshed buttocks which are not too flat, and have fully fleshed thighs. The tail must be straight where it grows out of the dock and then may swing to either side. Legs. Emphasis should be placed on the legs, which should be strong and well placed. Too fleshy legs are undesirable. Strong legs imply hardiness and a strong constitution, which are absolutely essential characteristics of the Kalahari Red. Legs too thin or too fleshy. Weak pasterns and hoofs pointing outwards or inwards. Skin and covering. A loose, supple skin with sufficient chest and neck skin folds, especially in the case of rams, is essential. Eyelids and hairless parts must be pigmented. The hairless skin under the tail should have 75% pigmentation for stud purposes, with 100% pigmentation the ideal. Short, glossy hair is desirable. A limited amount of fur will be tolerated during winter months. Sexual organs. Ewes. Well-formed udder firmly attached with teats. Teat types. Teat table. Teat types 9, 10, 11 and 12 as illustrated in Boer Goat Breeders Association teat table will change from cull teats to flock teats, with the understanding that the teats are functionally effective, i.e. the ewe must be able to suckle her kids effectively. This must be seen to be a temporary amendment until such time as scientific research into teats may necessitate a different decision. This amendment has been made with the express purpose of increasing the commercial flocks in South Africa. Teat types, shows. Goats with the teat types referred to above may not take part in shows in South Africa. Teat types, auctions. Goats with the teat types referred to above may be put up for sale as flock goats, at regional, club and production auctions from the 1st of November 2008 on the condition that the inspectors deem that the teats are functionally effective. Goats with teat types 9, 10, 11 and the 12th of May, however not be auctioned at the National Auction and World Show Auction. Rams. 2 reasonably large, well-formed, healthy and equal-sized testes in one scrotum. A scrotum with a split no larger than 5 centimeters is permissible. The scrotum must be at least 25 centimeters in circumference. From the 23rd of March 2012 the teats of Kalahari Red rams will be judged according to the table that appears in the student booklet and journal. Quality is indicated by the following characteristics. This is achieved with short glossy hair and a fine luster, and ennobled appearance, especially with a strong head, rounded horn bent backward, loose thick, supple, folds of skin, particularly with rams, and short smooth glossy hair. In addition to the above mentioned qualities, the goat must have a lively appearance. Size. The ideal is an average-sized heavy goat for maximum meat production. A desirable ratio between length of leg and depth of body should be achieved at all ages. Lambs should tend to be longer in the leg. Coloring. The ideal is a brown goat with color shadings that ranges between light brown to dark brown. As from the 1st of November 2008, a goat that is a flock goat because of color may not participate at the World Show, but may participate at regional and club shows. The following is permissible for stud purposes: head, neck and forequarters. Complete red coloring is permissible up to but not further than the shoulder blade. On the shoulder it must not go lower than level with the chest. Barrel, hindquarter and belly. Only one patch not exceeding 10 centimeters in diameter is permissible. Legs. The term, legs, means that portion below an imaginary line formed by the chest and the underline. Patches of a maximum of 5 centimeters in diameter are permissible. Tail. The tail may be red, but the red color may not continue onto the body for more than 5 centimeters. Red hair and covering. Very few white hairs are permissible at the 2-tooth stage. Pigmentation. Discriminate against too light pigmentation. Flock goat. A flock goat is a Kalahari Red which does not comply with the stud standards, but has no cull defects. At least 75% of the color must be brown, without creating the impression of being motley. Explanation of breed standards. In applying these standards there are many aspects which cannot be completely defined. In such cases the inspector or judge must use his discretion. In spite of the breed standards being clear and to the point, it is nevertheless necessary to supply additional information in respect of certain descriptions. The major part of the body of the goat must be white to make it conspicuous and to facilitate the rounding up of goats in dense terrain. A pigmented skin on the hairless parts, e.g. under the tail, round the eyelids and mouth etc., is absolutely essential, because it offers resistance to sunburn which may result in cancer. A pigmented skin is also more resistant to skin disease. A loose, supple skin is essential for adaptability to climatic conditions. In South Africa, which is a warm and sunny country, an animal with loose skin and short hair is better adapted. In addition, skin of this kind provides additional resistance to external parasites. General appearance and type. A goat with a fine head, round horns that are bent backwards, a loose, supple skin with folds, especially in rams, and with body parts well fleshed and in perfect balance. The ewe must be feminine, wedging slightly to the front, which is a sign of fertility. The ram is heavier in the head, neck and forequarters. The Kalahari Red is an animal with symmetry, with a strong, vigorous appearance and fine quality. The ewe must be feminine and the ram masculine. Fertility of ewes. In order to be able to participate at regional and club shows and auctioned at regional and club production auction, Kalahari Red ewes 6-tooth and older must be visibly pregnant, or positively scanned at the show or auction venue, or accompanied by a pregnancy certificate the date of which is not older than 1 month prior to the start of the show or auction, or who at the discretion is deemed by the inspectors to have lambed previously or to be suckling kids. On June 28, 1996, a highly intrigued Lou Pretorius of a well-known agricultural magazine came to know about the unique red ewes bred by Ben Vorster and decided to write an article about them. Following the publication of this article, these farmers, who had been previously unaware of each other, started joining forces, united by their shared goal of developing this superior breed of red goat. This pivotal moment in communication and awareness among the farmers laid the foundation for further advancements in the development of the breed that would later be called the Kalahari Red. In their pursuit of recognition for the Kalahari Red goats as a distinct breed, the breeders took a significant step in 1998 by showcasing their animals alongside Savannah breeders in Bloemfontein, where they presented their goats as brown Savannahs. This event marked a crucial milestone in their journey, fueled by the aspiration to establish the red goats as a separate breed in their own right. To do this, DNA tests were required to determine if there was sufficient genetic separation between the Boer goats, Savannahs, and these so-called brown Savannahs. In 1999, the breeders came together to establish a dedicated club for their new breed, settling on the name Kalahari Red, which drew inspiration from the renowned Kalahari Desert and signified the breed's southern African origins. That same year, multiple farmers in Australia imported embryos from South African Kalahari Red breeders and implanted them into recipient ewes on Australian soil. This marked the expansion of bloodlines across the country, ultimately leading to the thriving national herd they have today. Skepticism regarding the genetic differences between Kalahari Reds and Boer goats was quite high then, with certain individuals assuming that the Kalahari Reds were merely a closely related form of Boer goats, primarily due to their boar-like appearance. However, results from the DNA samples that were submitted soon disproved this misconception. In 2004, Dr. Marita Rhodes, conducting research at the Agricultural Research Council in South Africa, definitively established that these red goats were a unique breed with their own distinct DNA markers. This groundbreaking research helped dispel any doubts about the breed's identity, revealing a greater genetic difference between the Kalahari Reds and Boer goats than between Boer goats and African savanna goats. Breeders such as Louis van Rensburg and Ben Vorster, who had harbored concerns about their breeding programs stemming from Boer goats, were relieved when the conclusive test results affirmed the Kalahari Red goat's unique genetic identity. These findings solidified the Kalahari Red as a distinct breed, separate from its Boer goat counterparts, and paved the way for its continued development and recognition within the global farming community. Since its establishment in 1999, the club was self-managed up until October 19, 2004, when a pivotal decision was made. During an annual general meeting, members of the club decided to merge with the South African Boer Goat Breeders Society. Fast forward to 2012, 13 years later, and the Kalahari Reds have flourished. With 79 registered stud breeders and numerous commercial breeders, they have become integral to the meat goat industry in South Africa and abroad. This growth can be attributed to their active participation in shows, sales, and the collaborative efforts of clubs across the country. These achievements were driven by an unyielding passion for breeding excellence, focusing on key attributes such as fecundity, mothering traits, adaptability, and conformation, a testament to the essence of the breed pioneers such as Tali Jordan, Albie Horn, Louis van Rensburg, and Ben Vorster, who envisioned the breed, nurtured the breed, and, in their own famous words, kept it pure, kept it natural, and kept it Kalahari Red.